Good afternoon. Glad to be back again. We're going to do 2 recipes today. And for both the recipes, I'm going to use the same recipe for the mayonnaise. Okay? So there's a jackfruit burger we're going to make. So you can get jackfruit this way in tins. And you know, in India, we have jackfruit and we always eat it ripe. When it's raw, it's very messy to clean it up. Okay, it gets a very sticky, thick from the jackfruit. When you cut it, you get this white, thick, sticky stuff. So I'm really glad we can buy these tins, and you can get organic stuff as well. It's all chopped up. If you don't know what jackfruit is, don't worry. You'll love the taste of this burger. So what we're going to do with this jackfruit is chop it up and make the filling. They call it pulled pork. So if you like that, you know, strong flavors with a sweet sour kind of a flavor to it, you will love this dish. Now to make, once we made the burger, we need some mayonnaise just to give that flavoring as well. So for the mayonnaise, it's very simple. I'm not going to demonstrate that for you because it's just too simple. A bit of garlic goes in for flavoring, a bit of salt, a bit of lime juice, and some sweetener. So for the sweetener, I'm going to use some maple syrup. Okay? And you put some soy milk. So you need to get soy milk which is not flavored, plain soy milk. With the lime and the soy milk, it's going to make it reasonably thick. So I'm going to give it a whip on my blender, and then I'm going to put some oil into it. Now you're not going to have the whole of the mayonnaise that you're going to make, just a wee bit. Okay, it's got a bit of oil. So this is how it comes out once you've blended it, you see? You're going to taste it today, and it's all plant-based. It's got nothing like butter or egg or anything at all. Okay, but it's still got oil, so do be careful. Don't put dollops of it. Right, so now let's make the jackfruit filling. So for that, what you need to do, what I normally do is wash off the jackfruit. It comes in little pieces, and then I chop it up, okay, coarsely, not fine, just coarse. And then I'm going to make the sauce first. Okay, you can either put it straight on dish as you're cooking, or if you like, you can just put it in a bowl and mix all the sauce first and then start cooking it. Okay, so what do we need for the sauce? For that, I'm going to use some smoked paprika. And the measurements are right there. I just do what I like usually. So a bit of, is it 2 teaspoons? Yeah. 2 teaspoons? Perhaps that is a bit more, but that's okay. And then we take some tamari sauce. So I got this one. It's an organic one. You can use soy sauce if you don't have tamari sauce as well. But people who have got issues with gluten, this would be a good one to use. Okay? And be careful. The measurements there is 3½ tablespoons. And I don't put more than that. In fact, sometimes I just put 3 and then taste it later and see if it's too salty. Yeah, if it's not salty enough, perhaps you can use a bit more. So 3½. That's 1, 2, 3½. Hopefully that is 3½. And then we go on to some tomato puree. Now 2 tablespoons of that. So again, yeah, I put a little more than 2 tablespoons. It gives me a more tomato-y flavor. Should be all right. A little bit more. Okay, the next one I'm going to use is a bit of garlic. So you can use fresh garlic. Gives a lovely flavor. But today I'm going to use some granules. Okay. So how much would that be? Nice, lovely garlic, so put a bit more. And then some lime juice. Now I've got some lime here. How much of that was lime juice? 1.5 teaspoons. We'll put a little bit. And then we have some maple syrup. That's 1 tablespoon. This is not honey, this is maple syrup. You can use honey too. You should taste it after you've cooked it before you serve, just to make sure you've got the right flavors and the balance. Okay. Now this dish, if you want to do it without any oil, because you're going to use a mayonnaise anyway, which has got oil, okay? If you don't want to use oil in this, you don't have to. So let's not use the oil. But if you were to use, you could use anywhere up to 1 to 2 tablespoons of it, and a bit of water. So I've got a bit of water here. That's about 4 tablespoons is what we got there. I like it a bit dry, so I'll put less. The dishes I'm showing you, you can do it any way you like, as long as you get a principle of what you want to add. You can just mix and match and change the recipe to your taste. So once I mix this up nice and well, you're going to put it on a pan. So put this into a pan and let it come to a, get a bit heated up. And then you just take this, the jackfruit that you've prepared, and put it in. So let's imagine I'm on the fire there, okay? And just mix it up well. Cover it and cook it maybe for 5 minutes max, and then give it a few stirs, and basically you're done. As simple as that. How easy can it get? And then I usually use coleslaw for this with the mayonnaise. So I mix the mayonnaise with the coleslaw, and so I've got a bun, some of this into it, and some coleslaw, and you've got a burger. Okay, so we'll go to the next recipe now. This recipe, you need a bit of preparation. So we are going to use some chickpea. So I had soaked the chickpea overnight and I boiled it the next morning. It should be nice and soft, not mushy, but it should be nice and soft. You can get chickpeas from tins at the supermarket, but they're quite hard. They're not soft. So if you like to cook it again before you use it, it'll be good. You want nice soft chickpea. So I'm going to put the chickpea in. It's good to mash it up a bit, not too much, just to get a bit of a flavor going through it. So I'm mashing it up a bit. So it's called mock tuna. I'll let you decide if it does taste like fish. Okay, let's say I mashed it up. Next, what I do is I start using all the flavoring stuff, okay? So what all can I use for that? I'm going to use a bit of mayonnaise. So I've got 4 tablespoons there written in there. But again, it's subject to your taste. Okay, that's just for you as a guide. So I put some mayonnaise, the same mayonnaise we made a little while ago. A bit of lime. Not too much, it gets too tart. And then we've got some yeast, nutritional yeast. Have you heard of nutritional yeast? You can get it in Countdown. Okay? It's very good for vitamin 12, B12. Okay? So I'm just going to sprinkle a bit of that. How much do I say there? Oops. Is that right? 1 tablespoon, I think I've got that there. Okay. The good thing about these, unlike cakes, once you have put it in the oven, you can't make any changes, can you? But the good thing about these dishes is you can just play with it as you go. Okay. I'm going to put some herbs. So I've got some coriander leaves here. You add as much as you want. Then I'm going to use some onions and some celery. Again, to your taste. I think that should do. That should do. Now what have I left? Garlic. Again, to your taste. I like it when it's garlicky. It's really nice when it's garlicky, yeah? But some people hate it, so again, your choice. A bit of salt if you need. Okay, I'll leave that aside. And this is the special ingredient that gives the fishy taste. You know, we use sushi. Sushi sheets, yeah. Just take a sheet and chop, 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 make it into small little pieces, and you add as much as you want. Okay? Not too much, it'll get too fishy. Just enough. And that just enough is your choice. You can use this, you know, the sushi wrap stuff. You get it in sheets. You can even put it in your soup if you miss fish. Once you've turned into a plant-based person, you're missing the fishy flavor. You can put this in, and it gives that fishiness to it. And that's basically it. Fold it in, and yum. It's really nice. Okay. You can add anything else you like, capsicum or whatever. This is mock tuna salad. How quick and easy. Thank you.